So download is just around the corner. We're about 3 weeks away. I'm going to go through what I take R.I.P camping. So it's excessive. So you will have to bear with me. I've got microfiber towels. They dry really quickly. So you can just hang them over the back of your camp chair and they dry by the time you get back from being in the arena. So for the showers, a little drawstring bag, toothbrush, we have a sponge, shampoo, conditioner, razor, shaving foam, face wash, a little toothpaste. So this along with a microfiber towel. We each have one of these to go to the shower with. First aid kit has paracetamol, nasal inhalers when you get a bit stuffy, hay fever tablet, more hay fever tablets, Rennie, diarrhea relief, constipation, ibuprofen, bite and sting cream, Savlon, cold and flu, Sudocrem, plasters, blister plasters, cystitis relief, hay fever eye drops. That's what's in the first aid kit. We've also got digestion support, deep heat, deep freeze, more hay fever tablets, cetirizine, dihydrochloride, nasal spray for hay fever, exofenadine hay fever. Can you tell that I have a grass allergy? Omeprazole, more heartburn type situations. I snore, so I've got the Breathe Right nasal strips, just for my neighbours, you know. Tents are not soundproof. I've got a couple of packs, so if we have any noisy snorers around us, I can just give them out. Eye masks. Tents aren't really blackout, even the blackout ones. In the morning, if you fancy a little nap, then it might be nice. Earplugs are right next to East Midlands Airport. It's loud. And just general people, you know, just noise from the co-op, whatever. Yeah, earplugs, good idea. I use the Max ones from Amazon. They're just kind of squishy. They come in a big pack. And sometimes they come in a little container like this, which is quite sweet. So many pocket tissues. I take these everywhere I go because you never know when you're gonna need to go to the bathroom and there's not always toilet roll there. So they're, you know, pocket size, easy to put in your bag or in your pocket. Just always have some with you in the arena, in the village, in the campsite. Pocket tissues. And knee support, I don't know, just in case, you know, we're around the 40-year-old mark, so can never be too careful. Hand warmers. So Andy and I tried these the other day and they took a while to get going. You just open it up and move it around a bit. It's air activated. Once they kicked in, they were quite good. And my fingers get cold. Camping mirror. That's got a little stand as well, so that's quite cool. Ta-da. Nail file, because, you know, sometimes you get a little catchy on your fingers or your feet. It's good to have a nail file. I haven't used this before. It's Nivea Sun Factor 50 face sunscreen. So I'm going to try that this year. So these are like rehydration sachets, but they're kind of a cross between them and Barocca. So they've got hydration, caffeine, electrolytes and vitamins, and they're cherry flavour. I got these from Boots. They're called Fizz Daily Energy. So hopefully that will help re-energise. Little scissors, little hairbrush, Factor 50 lip salve. Even when it's cloudy, there's still a lot of UV rays, so it's good to keep up the skin protection, including the lips. I have got so many of these little Factor 50 sun creams from Lidl. So many, hundreds of them. But you can put them in your bag for the arena. They're super handy. If you've got tattoos, obviously you want to keep them looking fresh. Just a moisturiser. Talcum powder, a little baby one. Hairspray. Mini links. Mini antiperspirant. Hand sanitizer. Face wipes. Another little mirror. I take these little storage boxes, so they just fold down. You can just keep all the daily stuff in there. I like to contain things. That's just how my brain works. So I'll put all my, I don't know, things I need daily. Sun cream, rehydration, whatever. Containers. Pee bowls. If you know, you know. Basically, if it's 2, 3 a.m. in the morning and you can't face the idea of having to walk to the Portaloo, I recommend pee bowls. Lighters, those are used for the Kelly kettle. I will insert a clip of me using the Kelly kettle so you can see what she's all about. So they do supply bricks at Park Farm, which is where I'll be camping, but I do like to bring my own, which is a bit over the top. This is definitely not advisable for general camping, but for Park Farm Sleepy Hollow, it's fun. So you put your fuel in the base. I like to use pine cones and fire lighters. So I tend to use about 3 of each, 3 pine cones, 3 fire lighters, just to keep it going a while. So you put Kelly on top and then you fill with water. I tend to bring bottled water, it's just easier. You can see through the spout where the water level is. So I use my long lighter, but you do have to make sure that where the hole is where you go to light it, there's a fire lighter there and not a pine cone. So you have to rearrange it if that is the case. So the fire lighter is there for you to light. It's super quick to boil because the water is around the outside the fire. So it's really quick. Once I think it's boiled, I just wait that little bit extra just to make sure it's definitely boiled. And then I fill up my urn. So it stays nice and hot. I fill up multiple times, so I've always got nice hot boiling water throughout the morning. I like lots of cups of coffee. I also take a little tin that I empty the ash into at the end of the day, so I can easily take it to the bin. So there's no ash and stuff around the campsite. So just a little tin. She's been used. So here is the urn. You just pump on the top bit and hot water comes out. It's quite big. I like to fill it up several times with the Kelly kettle. It stays hot for ages, so if any neighbours want any hot water, just come find me in my urn. Coffee, mugs, wrap in, bubble wrap, teaspoons. I like to bring some plastic glasses as well. Plastic craft beer glasses, so I love me some craft beer. Tea towels, just an extra towel in case the tent gets mucky, it's nice to dry it up. Pegs to hang the towels when they're wet after a shower. Refillable water bottles. They fold up really small and they do have a clip, so you can clip it on your bag once it's full with water, or White Claw, whatever. Bin liners, because it's good to keep the camp tidy. There's plenty of recycling points around, so you can have one bag full of cans and take that to the recycling, another bag full of general waste, what have you. Nice to keep on top of it throughout the festival so it doesn't get too dirty. Torches, lanterns, multi-service wipes, power banks, loads of power banks, and all the wires that you need to go with them, phone, headphones. I actually take USB powered fans for the tent. I like to sleep with a fan. I like the white noise and the cooling effect. They just plug into a power bank, so love these. We actually took them into the arena when it was super hot, not last year, but the year before. And it was amazing. We were sat watching Lorna Shore with USB fans on our face. Bluetooth speaker, just to get the vibes going in camp. This is a parasol base. So I've got my parasol. This goes in the ground, tightens up. Sturdy parasol. I've got my list here. I'll just go through what else is on my list. So obviously we've got the tent, the mallet. We bring pile driver tent pegs. They will go through anything. Much better than your regular tent pegs. They don't bend. They've been an investment since we started doing festivals. Absolutely fantastic. Pile driver tent pegs. Cannot recommend enough. We like to have carpets in the tents. So one in the bedroom and one in the living room, just to stop the tables or the beds ripping the bottom of the tent. I love tarp. So I bring 2 pieces of tarp, one for each entrance of the tent, the main sort of entrance and the side door. It stops you traipsing the mud in. When it's sunny, it's nice to lie out on the tarp and sunbathe. We take a big table, which we tend to keep inside the living room area of the tent. That's where all of this shit will be. And then a smaller table for outside, just for beers. Also camping chairs, obviously, sat outside with our little table. We also take a windbreaker. When we used to camp in general, we used to take several windbreakers and make a circle around our tent, all around the outside of the tent of windbreakers. We don't do that now, we're in Park Farm. We just take the one. They're useful not only to keep the wind off, but to keep your little area contained between your car, your tent, the windbreaker. That's your area. But also you can dry the towels on there. You can just pop a towel over the windbreaker, peg it on, and that will dry in no time. So I mentioned we have the parasol. If it's super sunny, I burn like anything, my nose especially. So the more shade I have available, the better. And we have the camp beds. We've tried roll mats, we've tried air mattresses. We decided to invest in carp fishing beds, and they are the most comfortable thing, including my bed that I sleep on every night. They are the most comfortable place I've ever slept. I love our carp fishing beds. I don't carp fish, but we do have carp fishing beds for festivals. The ones we have are by Avid Carp, and we have the Benchmark Light, which has a memory foam mattress, and they're really lightweight, so you just fold them up, and I can carry, you know, both in my arms, no problem at all. I could walk miles with them. They're so light, really brilliant. Obviously you've got the sleeping bags, pillows. We like to take solar lights to put around the outside of the tent. I tend to put them just behind the guy lines, just so I can see where they are, so I'm not tripping over them, walking back in the pitch black. So obviously we take the cool box, loads of ice blocks that you put in the cool box, UHT milk for Andy, almond milk for me, beer, little orange juice cartons, accessories, so belts, jewellery, hats, Bandanas are quite useful if it's a dusty one. Just pop that around to stop all the dust getting up there. Also, if you have a grass allergy, it's just nice to keep the allergens away. All the hair stuff, Andy uses his curl jelly to get his lovely curls. Clips, grips, hairbands, makeup, tweezers, ponchos, very important. Clothes for hot weather and clothes for cold weather. Definitely need the cold weather clothes in the evening because it doesn't matter how hot it is during the day, it's always freezing at night. I like to wear fleece lined leggings underneath my trousers, joggers, what have you. I like to wear ski socks to bed. I'll often wear a hoodie to bed as well. I do not like to get cold, so the more layers the better. And lastly, footwear. Wellies or walking boots. Trainers if it's dry, really comfy walking trainers. And sliders, especially if you shower. Nobody wants to put socks on after you've had a shower. It's too difficult to dry yourself in the shower cubicle. Just put on some sliders and dry yourself off when you get back to the tent. So much easier. And I think that is it. I hope it can be useful to some of you, especially if you've never camped before or this is your first time doing R.I.P camping. If there's anything that I've forgotten, please let me know down in the comments. But I feel like I have perfected my list over the years. We've done R.I.P camping since 2018, so it's been trial and error, taking too much. I don't think we've ever taken not enough. The main problem is taking too much, but I whittle it down to the essentials each time. So hopefully I've got everything I need, a few just in case items, but enough room in the car to not panic that I can't get it all in. In regards to clothing, I do take the vacuum packs, so they get down nice and small. You can just shove it in, it's fine. Thank you for watching. 3 weeks to go, very excited. And if you see me, come say hi. Next video is going to be a vlog of Slam Dunk Festival. We're going to Hatfield. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell to see when that one goes live. But thank you again for watching. See you later.